The vast emptiness of space stretched before Ji-Hyun's damaged spacecraft, a fragile vessel limping through the dark expanse of the Epsilon Eridani system. Alarms flickered across her control panel, painting the compact cockpit in urgent red and amber warnings. Each system failure brought her closer to complete destruction. Ji-Hyun was not just any pilot. She was a navigation specialist from a distant planetary consortium, now stranded thousands of light-years from her home world. Her mission, a routine survey of unexplored star clusters, had transformed into a desperate fight for survival. The quantum stabilizers were deteriorating rapidly. Metal panels vibrated with increasing intensity, suggesting imminent structural failure. Outside the reinforced viewscreen, asteroid fields drifted like silent witnesses to her potential demise. A faint signal caught her attention. Human settlement markers. Weak but consistent electromagnetic emissions indicated a small colony on a nearby planetoid. Ji-Hyun knew the risks of approaching human territories. Her species had limited interactions with humans, and those encounters were rarely smooth or predictable. Her navigation computer calculated potential landing trajectories. Multiple scenarios scrolled across the holographic display, each more precarious than the last. The ship's artificial intelligence calculated a 72.3% chance of complete system failure within the next solar hour. Ji-Hyun's hands moved with practiced precision. She wasn't panicking. Years of training had taught her that emotional control was more critical than raw technical skill. Her fingers danced across complex control interfaces, rerouting power, stabilizing critical systems. The planetoid grew larger in her viewscreen. Rocky terrain punctuated by metallic structures suggested an active mining or research settlement. Automated scanning protocols began mapping potential landing zones, searching for flat surfaces that could support her wounded spacecraft. Sudden electrical surges threatened to overwhelm her remaining systems. Secondary backup generators kicked in, a mechanical symphony of survival. Ji-Hyun adjusted her breathing, maintaining calm despite the escalating mechanical chaos around her. Her ship began its descent. External temperature readings spiked as atmospheric friction heated the hull. Small repair nanites scurried across damaged sections, attempting last-minute structural reinforcements. It was a delicate dance between technological intervention and potential catastrophic failure. 100 kilometers from the surface. 75. 50. The ship's trajectory became increasingly unstable. Warning systems screamed their electronic protests. Ji-Hyun knew this landing would be anything but gentle. 20 kilometers. 15. The ground rushed up to meet her. Impact was sudden and violent. Metal screamed. Protective energy shields collapsed. For several milliseconds, absolute chaos reigned inside the spacecraft. Then, silence. Dust settled. Emergency systems flickered weakly. Ji-Hyun remained motionless in her pilot's chair, running internal diagnostic checks. Breathing. Alive. Wounded, but alive. Outside, the alien landscape of Epsilon Eridani 4 stretched in harsh, beautiful desolation. Rocky terrain, punctuated by distant metallic structures, suggested human presence. Her damaged ship had become an unexpected visitor in an unknown world. Systems began reporting damage. Quantum drive, 89% non-functional. Hull integrity, compromised in multiple sections. Life support, operational at 62% capacity. Communication arrays, minimal functionality. Ji-Hyun understood her situation immediately. Repair would be complex. Her technological capabilities far exceeded standard human engineering, but her ship's unique design would require specialized expertise. She would need help. Human help. The thought both intrigued and concerned her. Humans were an unpredictable species. Technologically emerging, yet possessing remarkable adaptive capabilities. Her own cultural training suggested caution, but her current circumstances demanded action. Releasing her safety harness, Ji-Hyun prepared to assess external conditions. Her survival now depended on navigating an unknown human settlement, convincing them to help an alien stranger and repairing her critically damaged spacecraft. A challenge that would test not just her technical skills, but her entire understanding of interspecies cooperation. The engineering bay of the Epsilon Eridani 4 human settlement hummed with quiet activity. Do-Han Kim stood near a large workbench, his hands moving carefully around the intricate components of a terraforming drone. Specialized tools hung from magnetic holders, each precisely positioned for quick access. Outside, dust storms swept across the rocky landscape, creating a constant background noise that most workers had long since tuned out. It was another ordinary day at the remote human outpost until the first alarm sounded. A sharp electronic chirp broke the routine. Do-Han's head turned quickly, catching the flashing notification on the main communication screen. Something was approaching the settlement. Something not standard. The tracking system displayed an unusual energy signature, clearly not a human vessel. Other engineers nearby stopped their work. Some looked concerned. Others showed curiosity. Do-Han remained calm, his eyes fixed on the incoming data streams. Years of technical training had taught him to analyze before reacting. The alien spacecraft's approach was anything but smooth. Erratic flight patterns suggested severe mechanical issues. Tracking systems showed multiple system failures, energy fluctuations that spoke of critical damage. This was no standard reconnaissance mission. Do-Han's fingers moved across holographic interfaces, pulling up more detailed scans. The ship's design was unlike anything in human database records. Complex geometric patterns suggested technology far beyond current human understanding. Its hull bore marks of extreme stress, multiple system collapses, emergency repairs, and what looked like intense space combat or prolonged travel. When the ship finally crashed near the settlement's outer perimeter, the impact was surprisingly controlled. Most would have expected complete destruction. Instead, the vessel seemed to have used its last remaining energy to execute a semi-controlled landing. Settlement security protocols activated immediately. Automated defense systems powered up, scanning the crashed vessel for potential threats. But Do-Han was more interested in the technological marvel before him. He grabbed a standard protective suit, lightweight but capable of handling potential radiation or unknown environmental risks. Other engineers watched as he prepared to approach the alien craft. Some suggested waiting for official protocols. Do-Han knew better. A damaged ship this advanced represented an incredible opportunity for understanding. The dust was still settling when Do-Han reached the spacecraft's exterior. Up close, the vessel was even more impressive. Its hull seemed to be constructed from materials that shifted and responded to environmental changes. Microscopic repair mechanisms were already working to seal minor fractures. A hidden access panel slowly opened. Do-Han held his breath, unsure what to expect. Would this be a first contact scenario? A potential threat? An incredible scientific discovery? Ji-Hyun emerged slowly, her movements careful and calculated. She was clearly injured but maintaining remarkable composure. Her alien physiology was humanoid enough to be recognizable, yet distinctly different. Slightly taller than an average human, with skin that seemed to have a subtle iridescent quality. Their eyes met. No words were spoken. But in that moment, something extraordinary happened. Do-Han saw not a threat, but a fellow traveler. Someone who had survived an incredible journey. Someone who needed help. "Are you damaged?" Do-Han asked simply, switching his communication device to universal translation mode. Ji-Hyun's response was equally direct. "My ship requires extensive repair. I require technical assistance." The settlement behind them continued its routine operations, unaware that this moment might represent a significant point in human-alien interactions. One engineer. One alien navigator. A potential bridge between two different technological civilizations. Do-Han's first thought was not of potential danger, but of the incredible technical challenge before him. An alien spacecraft. Advanced beyond imagination. And he would be the one to understand it. The dust continued to swirl. The alien ship sat quietly. and a new chapter was about to begin. The engineering bay transformed into an unexpected workspace of cross-species collaboration. Dohan carefully spread holographic schematics of Ji-Hyun's spacecraft across multiple digital interfaces, his fingers tracing complex energy pathways that seemed to defy traditional human understanding. Ji-Hyun watched him work, surprised by his approach. Human engineers she had encountered before would typically demand complete technical documentation, ask invasive questions, or attempt to reverse engineer her technology. Dohan was different. He observed. He listened. He understood. Your quantum coupling is fundamentally misaligned, Dohan explained, projecting a three-dimensional representation of the ship's core energy system. His hands moved through the hologram, rotating intricate technological layers with practiced precision. The damage was extensive. Multiple quantum stabilization nodes had collapsed during the emergency landing. Traditional human repair techniques would have been useless. But Dohan saw the problem differently. Where others might see impossibility, he saw a complex puzzle waiting to be solved. Ji-Hyun began explaining the core principles of her ship's design. Her language translated through advanced communication systems, revealing technological concepts that stretched human comprehension. Quantum entanglement, nonlinear energy transfer, adaptive material reconstruction. Dohan listened carefully. His technical background, a combination of mechanical engineering and advanced theoretical physics, allowed him to grasp concepts that would confuse most human scientists. He started sketching alternative repair strategies, combining alien technological principles with human engineering innovations. Their first breakthrough came unexpectedly. A small repair nanite system that Ji-Hyun considered critically damaged could be reconstructed using a hybrid approach. Dohan suggested using a combination of her advanced molecular reconfiguration technology and standard human nano-repair protocols. This might work, Ji-Hyun said, her tone revealing a mix of professional skepticism and growing respect. Hours passed. The engineering bay became their shared workspace. Other human technicians watched with a mixture of curiosity and confusion. Their lead engineer was working seamlessly with an alien navigator, speaking a language of technology that transcended biological differences. Specialized tools moved between them. Dohan's hands were steady, his movements precise. Ji-Hyun provided guidance, correcting minor technical misunderstandings, appreciating the human engineer's remarkable adaptability. They discovered that her ship's quantum drive required a complete redesign of its energy transfer matrix. Human technology alone couldn't solve the problem. Alien technology alone was equally insufficient. But together, they began developing a revolutionary hybrid solution. Mechanical components merged with adaptive quantum algorithms. Energy transfer systems were rebuilt using principles from both technological cultures. What seemed impossible was slowly becoming reality. Your species adapts remarkably quickly, Ji-Hyun commented during a complex repair sequence. Her translator conveyed a tone of genuine appreciation. Dohan smiled. Problems are just puzzles waiting to be solved. Their work continued through multiple station cycles. Sleep became secondary. The challenge of repair consumed their collective focus. Each solved technical problem revealed deeper layers of complexity, pushing the boundaries of what both considered technologically possible. The spacecraft began to transform. Damaged sections were carefully reconstructed. Energy systems that had been near total collapse started showing signs of recovery. What initially seemed like a destroyed vessel was slowly becoming operational again. But this was more than just a technical repair. Something deeper was happening. Two beings from completely different worlds were finding common ground. Not through language or cultural exchange, but through the universal language of problem-solving and technological innovation. As another repair cycle completed, Dohan and Ji-Hyun looked at each other. No words were necessary. They had accomplished something extraordinary. A damaged spacecraft. A collaborative repair. A testament to what could be achieved when technological curiosity replaced fear and misunderstanding. The alien ship hummed with renewed energy. ready to fly again. But something had changed. Not just in the vessel, but in the two beings who had brought it back to life. The repair process gradually transformed into something more than a technical collaboration. Days turned into weeks, and Ji-hyun found herself spending more time in the human settlement than she had originally planned. Do-han's workspace became a shared environment, a neutral ground where two different species discovered unexpected commonalities. Their meals became a unique ritual of cultural exchange. Do-han would bring traditional Korean dishes, simple but flavorful meals that challenged Ji-hyun's understanding of nutrition. She discovered the complexity of kimchi, the warmth of rice dishes, the subtle art of human culinary preparation. In return, Ji-hyun shared nutrient compounds from her own culture. Compressed energy blocks that contained complex molecular structures. Liquid sustenance that changed color and consistency based on environmental temperature. Do-han approached each new food with the same scientific curiosity he applied to technological challenges. Communication evolved beyond technical discussions. They began sharing stories about their respective worlds. Ji-hyun spoke of vast interstellar journeys, of planetary systems where gravity worked differently, of civilizations that existed in complex molecular networks. Do-han listened with genuine fascination. The other human workers observed their growing connection with mixed reactions. Some seemed curious. Others appeared confused by the unlikely friendship. But neither Do-han nor Ji-hyun paid much attention to external perceptions. Their technical collaboration revealed deeper layers of understanding. Ji-hyun discovered that human beings possessed an extraordinary capacity for adaptive thinking. Where her own culture relied on precise mathematical calculations, humans demonstrated remarkable intuitive problem-solving skills. Do-han was equally fascinated. Ji-hyun's technological approach was not just about solving immediate problems. Her perspective involved understanding complex systemic interactions, viewing challenges as interconnected networks rather than isolated issues. Small moments revealed their growing connection. Do-han would anticipate Ji-hyun's technical requirements before she articulated them. Ji-hyun started understanding Do-han's thought processes, predicting his problem-solving strategies with increasing accuracy. They worked on repairing more than just the spacecraft. They were rebuilding understanding between two different technological cultures. Each solved technical challenge became a metaphor for broader possibilities of interspecies cooperation. The settlement's medical team monitored their interactions carefully. They were documenting what might be the first sustained positive interaction between humans and an alien species. Every conversation, every shared meal, every technical collaboration was carefully recorded. Do-han taught Ji-hyun about human emotions. Complex concepts like empathy, curiosity, and genuine care that went beyond logical calculations. Ji-hyun shared her understanding of collective consciousness, of technological connections that transcended individual experiences. Their conversations explored philosophical territories. What defined intelligence? How did different species understand progress? What role did technology play in cultural evolution? Each discussion revealed layers of complexity neither had previously considered. The spacecraft repair became almost secondary to their growing intellectual connection. What had started as a technical necessity was transforming into something profound. A bridge between two different ways of understanding the universe. Ji-hyun found herself experiencing emotions her training had never prepared her to understand. Appreciation. Respect. Something that felt remarkably close to friendship. Do-han experienced similar unexpected emotional developments, challenging his previous understanding of professional interactions. Their work area became a unique space. Technical diagrams mixed with cultural artifacts. Holographic representations of quantum systems sat next to traditional Korean cooking utensils. A visual representation of their growing connection. As repair work progressed, an unspoken question emerged. What would happen when the spacecraft was fully operational? What would come next for their unexpected connection? Neither wanted to address the question directly. But both understood that something extraordinary was happening. Something that went far beyond a simple technical repair. The universe, it seemed, had unexpected plans for a human engineer and an alien navigator. The final day of repair arrived with unexpected emotional complexity. Ji-Hyun's spacecraft stood fully restored, its quantum systems humming with renewed energy. The engineering bay felt different, charged with an unspoken tension that neither Do-han nor Ji-Hyun wanted to acknowledge. Her original mission seemed distant now. The planetary survey that had brought her to this remote star system felt insignificant compared to the connection she had discovered. Do-han understood this without words. His hands moved carefully around the spacecraft's final calibration points, each touch a silent conversation. "You could stay," Do-han said simply, his back turned to avoid showing vulnerability. Ji-Hyun's response came after a long moment of consideration. Her species rarely made spontaneous decisions. Every choice was calculated, analyzed, thoroughly evaluated. But something had changed during these weeks of collaboration. The settlement's leadership had been monitoring their interaction. Diplomatic protocols suggested careful documentation of this unprecedented cross-species connection. But neither Do-han nor Ji-Hyun cared about official records. Something more important was happening. Her communication systems were fully operational. Her ship could continue its original mission. All technical requirements had been met. And yet, something held her back from immediate departure. Do-han presented her with a small device, a data storage unit containing comprehensive technical documentation of their repair process. It was more than just a record. It was a bridge between two technological cultures. A gift that represented something deeper than mere information exchange. The other settlement workers watched quietly. They recognized something significant was happening. This was not just a repair. This was not just a chance encounter. This was the beginning of something much larger. Ji-Hyun's decision crystallized slowly. Staying meant abandoning her original mission. Leaving meant losing something she had only recently discovered. The complexity of human emotional connection. The beauty of collaborative problem solving. The unexpected warmth of genuine understanding. Her ship's systems were ready. External scanning protocols showed all technical parameters were optimal. Nothing prevented her from departing immediately. But departure felt wrong. Do-han understood without words. His hand touched the spacecraft's external panel, a gesture of farewell, of connection, of something that transcended traditional communication. "Your mission can wait," he said quietly. "Some discoveries are more important than predetermined objectives." The settlement around them continued its routine operations. Mining robots moved across distant rocky landscapes. Communication systems buzzed with standard operational chatter. But inside the engineering bay, something extraordinary was happening. Ji-Hyun's decision was not just about staying. It was about reimagining possibility. About challenging her species' rigid understanding of exploration. About discovering that connection could happen in unexpected ways. Her communication systems began reconfiguring. Not to send a mission report, but to establish a more permanent connection with this human settlement. With this specific human engineer who had shown her something remarkable about adaptation, curiosity, and genuine understanding. The spacecraft remained powered but stationary. A symbol of potential. Of a journey that might continue in entirely unexpected directions. Do-han looked at Ji-Hyun. She looked back. No words were necessary. They had discovered something far more profound than a technical repair. They had discovered a connection that transcended species, technology, and traditional understanding of exploration. The universe, it seemed, had unexpected plans.